Hello, amazing people. How are you guys doing? I'm glad to be your midst as usual. Okay, so today we are looking at we're doing a story on two very influential young people in this country. You know, people who have taken the bar to another level in social advocacy and activism in this country. And who am we talking about here? I'm talking about our dear, very dark man and Tunde Ednut, yes, the powerful Tunde Ednut. Okay, so this is a kind of a sort of tribute to both of them because I follow them, and I think the combination of these two guys is something else, something very amazing, and they've comported themselves, you know, to the admiration of every Nigerian youth, you know, and in fact, and Nigerians generally. So this is just my own way of saluting them, saluting their effort, and encourage them to keep, you know, doing what they are doing. Okay, so in a time when Nigerian youths, you know, are often dismissed, you know, stereotyped, you know, or ignored, two men have risen with fire in their hearts and purpose in their voices, lighting up dark corners of society and setting new paths, you know, for the next generation. Tunde Olaoluwa Adekunle, popularly known as Tunde Ednut, and Martins Vincent Ose, famously called Very Dark Man, are not just influencers. Of course, they are builders of platforms, shapers of destinies, and living proof that one voice, one click, one video, and one act of courage can create a ripple effect powerful enough to shape a nation, because that is exactly what these two young men are doing. For those of you who know Tunde Ednut very well and very dark man, I'm sure you will agree with my drift right here. Tunde Ednut's journey began like many others, filled with dreams, you know, delays, you know, disappointments, you know, and determination, all put together. You know, born in Katsina State to Christian lecturers originally from Kogi State, his early days were marked by movement and growth from the north to Lagos and eventually to London. He studied graphic arts at the University of Lagos and then went to earn a degree in graphic design from Kingsland University in London. I'm sure a lot of you don't know this part of him. In fact, it's just very recently I got to know all this myself. Okay, but it was not degrees or certificates that turned him into the national phenomenon that he has become today. It was his ability to see people, to recognize talents, and to create a platform that did not just celebrate fame, but built it. Yes, that is what Tunde Ednut has become. He's a sort of an enigma today in Nigeria, and rightly so. Tunde started as a musician, you know, gaining attention with his hit songs like Cashing Cole. I'm sure a lot of you will remember, those of you who are not too much of Gen Zs, you know, will remember that song, Cashing Cole, you know, and the festive classic, Jingle Bell. Wow. In fact, if you have not listened to those two songs, you know, you better go and listen to them. And I'm sure you people will not believe that Tunde had not can sing and to even be able to have those two classics, you know. Yeah, he's an OG, you know, in the music arena, you know. So that is it. Big OG, okay? But while music opened a door, blogging blew the roof off completely. His social media pages, particularly Instagram, became a global village for Nigerian creativity, humor, activism, and discovery. He transformed reposting into an art of empowerment, exactly what he does, even up to now. Comedians, dancers, artists, vendors, and activists found visibility through his posts. He was never too big to repost his struggling talents. Honestly, this is all he does. He has changed the life of so many Nigerian youths, you know, because of just a repost, which a lot of people may consider like nothing. I mean, what is reposting? But go and ask those people he has reposted. They have never remained the same. Yes, they have never remained the same. It was not driven by celebrity hype alone. It was driven by the joy of seeing someone rise from zero to trending. Yes, that is all what Tunde Ednut does every day. Even as I make this video, I can tell you that there are so many people who are still going to trend tomorrow because Tunde Ednut reposted them. One of the greatest beneficiaries of Tunde's digital generosity is none other than the fiery and fearless Very Dark Man. Of course, we know how Very Dark Man started. He was just doing his thing, quietly, just his humble, normal self. He was getting known, but that visibility has not gotten to the level it got to until yours sincerely, our dear Tunde Ednut, once again, reposted him, and just like is always the case, the moment Tunde Ednut reposted him, like they say, the rest is now history. You all know what Very Dark Man has transformed to become today. Okay, it took only one repost. Yes, just one. Oh, that's all he needs. Only one repost, one moment of visibility. That was all. One spotlight from Tunde Ednut, and VDM took the baton and began a marathon that would, redefine digital activism in Nigeria today. Martins Vincent Ose, or Very Dark Man as we all know him to be today, came from, he's originally from Edo State, and they came with, different kind of voice, raw, intense, unfiltered. While others show silence or diplomacy, VDM shows confrontation. He confronted injustice, corruption, spiritual abuse, hypocrisy, police brutality, fraud, and societal decay. One video at a time. That is all he does. Okay? Every day he risks ridicule and arrest just to say what many only dare to whisper. And even when, threatened, attacked, or dragged on social media, he remained unbothered, rooted in his cause. His courage was not the absence of fear, it was the presence of purpose. So today, VDM is a national force, feared by some, loved by many, and watched by all. He is the conscience of the youth, the digital protester, the digital protester, the voice in the wilderness screaming for justice, decency, and accountability. His words bite, but they heal also. His tone is harsh, but his intentions are noble, as we all have come to realize. He has become a one-man movement, backed by truth, driven by experience, and fueled by the sufferings of millions who cannot speak for themselves. Yes, this is who Very Dark Man is. What makes these two people, that is Very Dark Man and Tunde Ednut, exceptional is not just their individual achievements. It is the impact they had collectively, done, in the society. So why Tunde Ednut build platforms and discovers talents? Very Dark Man uses those platforms to expose truth and challenge power. They are different in style, but united in purpose. Tunde operates quietly behind the scene, amplifying voices without demanding praise. VDM operates on the front lines, taking hits so others can stay safe. One gives the mic, the other speaks into it. And that is exactly what these two people have been doing, and they keep doing to the admiration of Nigerian youths and Nigerians in general. Together, they represent a model of collaboration without contracts, a brotherhood born out of belief in a better Nigeria. We often talk about national heroes, those who fought colonialism or led governments. But in this new era, we must also recognize digital heroes, those who, with phones and courage, fight ignorance, oppression, and mediocrity. Tunde Ednut and VDM deserve national acknowledgement, not because they are flawless, but because they have done what many politicians and institutions have failed to do. That is to inspire hope, drive change, and empower the people. This story is more than a tribute. Yes, it is a call. A call to the Nigerian government to recognize those who labor in the new trenches of social change. A call to our leaders to see value in voices that hold them accountable. But more importantly, it is a call to Nigerian youths. You don't need to, you don't need a title to lead. You don't need permission to serve. You don't need connections to make impact. Tunde Ednut turned the block into a beacon. VDM turned pain into power. You can turn your own voice into a vessel today. Let us learn from today's humility. Yes, Tunde Ednut is one. In fact, I don't. Is one of those few Nigerians, okay, who, despite everything they've gotten, they still stay humble. Honestly, that guy hardly. I've never. In fact, he's somebody to be. I mean, he's a study. People need to study Tunde Ednut. The humility is something else. And I just hope Nigerian youths can look at Tunde Ednut and just learn one or two things from his humility and where his humility has taken him to today. So let's learn from Tunde's humility. Despite his fame, he remains grounded, constantly giving, rarely speaking about his own sacrifices, honestly, not even once. He lets his work speak. Let us also learn from VDM's bravery. He shows us, that silence is a form of complicity, honestly. That truth is a duty, not a luxury. That one man can shake a system if he refuses to bow to it, because that is all he does. If Nigeria is to rise again, it will be because of people like these two guys. Ordinary men doing extraordinary things with consistency, compassion, and courage. They are not perfect, like I said. None is perfect. Not even me making this video now. But they are present. They are always present. They are not government appointed, but they are God positioned. You heard me well. They are not appointed, but they are God positioned. So let every mouth listening take this as a challenge. Become your own version of Tunde Ednut, of Very Dark Man today. Use your phone, use your voice, your gift, whatever they are, to lift others, speak truth, and stand for something. Nigeria belongs to those bold enough to shape it, and history will remember those who tried, even when it was not convenient, because that is what Very Dark Man is doing today. It doesn't look convenient, but it still goes on. To the Ednut, thank you for giving others a shot. Yes, I really want to thank you for giving a lot of people a shot, because by doing that, you are now putting food on the tables of many families all over Nigeria and even Africa and beyond. To Very Dark Man, thank you for standing when others sat. Your sacrifice echoes in the hearts of millions. May your kind multiply. May your impact be eternal. And may Nigeria someday rise on the shoulders of men like both of you. And with this, I want to just end this video right here. And I believe that those of you who have watched up to this point will learn one or two things for the humility of Tunde Ednut and the bravery of Very Dark Man. I'm going to meet you guys at the comment section. Please go there and feel free to just leave a word of encouragement, a word, for Tunde Ednut and Very Dark Man. God bless you. I'll be right back. Bye-bye.